The mystery of how the gigantic rocks of Stonehenge were transported may finally have been solved. A new study claims the huge hunks of hardened earth and minerals were moved from Welsh quarries on Aston Highway encompassing roads and rivers. Experts have long been baffled by how the massive boulders were transported from Wales to Salisbury Plain. Now, they believe they may have found the source for the stones, as well as the route used to deliver them from Pembrokeshire to Wiltshire. Richard Bevans of the Museum of Wales, and Rob Ixer of the University of Leicester, decided to revisit the work of geologist Herbert Henry Thomas. For more than 80 years, his work has been seen as the defining explanation of the journey undertaken by the stones and their Neolithic handlers. In 1923, Dr. Thomas proposed a route that saw the transport of the Stonehenge blue stones from the Mynide Preseli area of North Pembrokeshire and along the Welsh coast. New analytical techniques, including advanced imaging scans, have prompted renewed scrutiny of his work, which the researchers used as the basis for their study. They found that the larger saracens come from nearby Marlborough Downs, and the smaller blue stones from the Preseli Mountains in Pembrokeshire. The sandstone of the main altar stone is foreign to both areas, however, and very probably came from the Seney beds, which stretch from Llanelli to Herefordshire. Researchers first thought the altar stone was transported by boat, but the new study concludes roads and rivers may have been used. The new theory is that it was first hauled to Monmouth and the lower parts of the River Monmouth with animals and rollers, then somehow crossed the River Severn, or was rafted down to Avon. Writing in the journal Antiquity, the researchers said, "Our main conclusion is that the provenances for the blue stones, as presented by Thomas, are not based on reliable evidence, but appear to have been influenced predominantly by a set of samples collected during a single field excursion to the Mynide Preseli in 1906. 14 years before his investigation of Stonehenge. This helps to explain why our recent studies have identified alternative sources. While respectable for its time, the results of these new analyses, combined with a thorough checking of the archived samples consulted by Thomas, reveal that key locations long believed to be sources for the Stonehenge blue stones can be discounted in favor of newly identified locations at Craigrose y Felin and Carn Godog. The act of building Stonehenge may have been as important a ceremony to its ancient creators as the use of the finished stone circle. Experts claimed in March, construction of the 5,000-year-old monument drew people together from all over the country to drink and get to know one another in large ceremonial feasts. Work on Stonehenge could have been used to show outsiders the power of the small community building it, researchers at English Heritage said. The theory may explain why some of the Wiltshire site stones were transported more than 100 miles from a quarry in South Wales. Susan Greene, a senior historian at English Heritage, said, "In contemporary Western culture, we are always striving to make things as easy and quick as possible, but we believe that for the builders of Stonehenge this may not have been the case. Drawing a large number of people from far and wide to take part in the process of building was potentially a powerful tool in demonstrating the strength of the community to outsiders. Being able to welcome and reward these people who had traveled far, perhaps as a kind of pilgrimage, with ceremonial feasts, could be a further expression of the power and position of the community." The theory follows English Heritage's recent discovery of feasting at the nearby Neolithic Durrington Walls settlement, also found in Wiltshire. According to the charity's historians, this attracted people from across the country to help build the Neolithic monument. The discovery pushed English Heritage to look again at theories of how Stonehenge was built, concluding that building the monument was important ceremonially and cause for celebration.